Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's out there is doing well. Apologies for yesterday. I didn't feel well at all. Unfortunately, it's a recurring thing with me. Some days are worse than others. So yeah. But good news is I'm feeling a bit better today. Been doing a bit of coding behind the scenes as well. It's only going to be a short video today because still not 100% tip top, and need to try and get some rest. Haven't been sleeping well either, alongside with feeling rough. But anyway, let's not talk about that. As you can see, I've actually added quite a bit to the game. I've numbered the platforms. I've put a little guy spawn in. I've done the clipping. I've refined that a little bit. It was not working 100%. Don't worry about that UI thing there, because that is, I know exactly what's causing that. Oh, we're dead. But yeah. So let me show you roughly how I did all that, and then we'll add some more stuff. We already had platform, and to draw the number on it, I simply just waited till we drew the platform itself, and then I went back, found the position of the platform. I didn't want to do the ninth one because that's the roof. I didn't want to number that one, you can't land on it. Times it by 8. I forget the reason for that. Oh yeah, just because it's 8 bytes per font. That's pointing at the font. ZX Spectrum font pointer. So we had 8 bytes to it, depending on what platform number it is, and draw it. I had to create an overwrite draw because we were ORing it and you couldn't see the numbers very well. So now it just overwrites what I drew before. Simple as that. I found a bug with the clipping, which is a bit of a bugger, and I won't be even bothering to try and fix it today, I don't think. Probably have a long think about how to do this another time, unless we suddenly... Hello, Mosma man. Yeah, I was feeling rough as yesterday, I'm afraid. I was just saying there, I had my ups and downs. I won't go into the gory details of it, but something that keeps coming back and biting me. And I just couldn't speak or anything, so but I'm feeling better today. What else was I going to do? I forgot what I was just about to show everyone. You can see the fare ticking down as well. That basically, it's a pretty easy game to play this, but if that fare gets to 0, you're dead. So you've got to take him to the right one. It's not exactly the same as Space Taxi, I don't think. And also, I'm starting to, because I'm not that organised, I'm starting to have had enough of this project as well. So things like landing gear and stuff like that might go out the window as well. Might end up starting yet another new game before then. You did a bit of gaming, nice. Yeah, I did plan to. I went work, and I was in agony. And then I got home, and it got even worse, to be honest. So I intended to come online, but I did do coding. Yeah, the bug. That's what I was going to show. So you can ignore that fare thing where it's bugged out, because when that gets to 0, I'm going to kill the player. So that won't happen where it does this rubbish. But if you look at the collision, see that? Yeah, it'll clip you up there. Even when, and I've tried so many things to try and stop that. Because technically, if I just say, is the player's height, is the player's Y plus his height a higher number than the platform, and ignore it if it is. But I tried that and it still does it. But I might try that again in a minute. What else is there? Yeah, so I kind of decided I'm just going to keep it one level and it's just going to be a high score game. How long can you last? Eventually your fares will start at like a fiver instead of a tenner, and so you'll have even less time to complete a fare. I know in the real space taxi game it's nothing like that, but I don't think it's designed well enough, my code, to make loads of levels in this game. I mean, it's probably not that bad. I just need a different array of these, and not that much different stuff, to be honest. It probably wouldn't be that hard, but yeah, it's slightly off. Well, it's not just that, it seems to nudge you up. Like, it can be quite severe at some times. You can notice it quite severe. See, it should kill you there, but yeah. Maybe that's what I need to do. And it would be a really fun thing to do for this session, is try and make the car explosion. Like, perhaps we can script, not make any sprite, and just script an explosion somehow. Perhaps even just like random numbers as the sprite. I can't really think of an easy way of making like a circular thing without making a sprite for it. In code, it'd be quite hard to make a circle for me. Like, say I wanted a 16 by 16 block of random pixels, but I wanted the circles to be not pixels, if you know what I mean, the edge of the circle, so that it looked circular. But I think I couldn't manage that. Might just try turn them into random block of pixels. I mean, is that going to work? That might work. I think I'll have a player dead or is alive if I haven't already got one. Let's just say true. So in the draw, it could be just as simple as not moving him if he's dead, and instead of not drawing him, just draw some random pixels. I need to find one way of doing these sort of things and sticking to it rather than just making it up on the spot. But I think that'll work. And then I can call Z, and then return Z, and then no, that's no good. I'll just do something similar to what I've done there. So player sprite dead. Seems pretty weird, but it might work. I mean, I may as well just have a dead sprite, but I've saved myself a tiny bit of data there. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so that's back how I was a minute ago. I think before we even find out what way he's facing, we'll do that. Sod it, just have another routine. Did I already set the position? Yes, I did. Oh, is it meant to be 24 by 8? Probably right. Is it? Oh, of course, because it's got the extra bit, hasn't it? Forgot about that. God, where am I? Okay, I think that'll do. And then, did I set it to dead when we kill him? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Okay. Just want to not move him, I guess, either. Maybe I don't want to update him. Full stop. Yeah, I think I won't even update. For now, I'll just return out, but maybe I'll go to a different update loop. And what happens when he's dead? Sorry, I forgot if I changed it now. I set BC. Yeah, so two random, just a random pointer to some random bits. See what it looks like. Probably looks stupid as. Oh, also, with draw dead, we actually only want 16 by 8, otherwise it's going to look even too big. Ah, it won't even move. I don't know why. It's moving now. Seems to not work at all though. That should be that way around anyway. It's weird. It's like it's not even finding that. Oh, look at the car now. Flying all over the place. I find that weird. Why is he going dead already? Something was calling kill straight away. That wasn't happening with it when it was just border change. You have a Heisenberg. Yeah, he's like dead already. And the death thing doesn't work. Change it to a white border and see if we get the white border straight away then. We do. Oh god, I haven't noticed this bug. It says either in the collision. Customer. This is something I've written recently. Customer fare. Oh, what I'm saying there is if the high byte of customer fare is 0. So that shouldn't be happening. Because I set it to FF. But I could set that to anything other than 0. It instantly gets set to this anyway. Put that up the top. Just in case that makes a difference. It is working now. Ha! Oh, the border's white. Did that happen straight away? Right. I can't tell why that's causing it, but I think that was what was causing. Oh no, it's still white. Okay. I'll just check both the there's only one more reference to it, so it must be this. It's pausing it, mustn't it? Let's just make sure that okay. So collision with platform. Where's the spawn in the car from? Could be something to do with it. Just try and move it over there. Yeah, that should be fine. It's white though, yeah. Strange one. I must have messed up this code without noticing because it was working. How annoying. I've got a weird idea about this. Just a stupid debug, but if I put the top platform to number 7, oh, it's not that one. The top one's actually the bottom now. And then make it 19. I just wonder if it's like at the very start when it's 0, 0. Nah, it still does it. Okay. Called a kill routine anyway. Let's have a look. It would just call the kill routine anyway. Oh, I see. About your other thing, yeah. It must be these that are wrong, I guess. Couldn't I just copy it from this though? And then just change it to PX. And of course I'll have to change that bloody the jump. Maybe I messed that up when I was trying to sort out the clipping thing from the side. And maybe I've forgotten what the hell I done. Okay, it's blue. And it's white, that's good. And I've made it so you can land. Oh, I keep landing on him, but you don't have to. You can land anywhere on the platform. Let's try and do it properly. It's harder than it looks. Yeah, there we go. And I've got halfway through making it so he chooses what platform he wants. Let's finish off this death animation though. Back at the top of update, I'm going to make it so it won't update if it's dead. I'll make sure I check the collision before I draw him, which does happen because it's in the update loop, and draw comes after that. Yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, not only are you behind, but I'm missing the chat and then reading it late as well. I do apologise. Like I say, I'm not feeling 100% tip top, and it's bloody small. The text box, I sometimes forget to look. I know I've got WASD controls, but this time I'm 100% going to section out and let you choose at least from some pre-configured options if you can't read a fine. I was going to set him to dead one eye, that's it. Should only have to do that. False. Same thing, but oh, error. Digit not in base. I've never seen that before. Oh, I hate that. That never used to happen when I used to do the old like dev environment or whatever you want to call it. Never used to have that problem. Pick him up and die. Oh, not sure why it flicks around like that because I'm only changing the sprite pointer. I wasn't changing the position. B and C. Of course, that kills D and E. That's probably why. Might need HL as well. Way. I mean, it doesn't look good, but it works now at least. Start. And it didn't cost any data. That's what I'm most liking about it. I mean, it's crap. But at least you would know you were dead. Right, let me roll a smoke and think about a better way of doing that. Because that was just for fun to try it, really. I didn't know it was going to take that long. Right, let me think. What do you reckon? Should I just have like 3 different sprite frames? Small explosion getting bigger? It'd be lovely to think of a way of doing it without using data though. I mean, of course, I could have the explosion bigger than the car as well. I think I've got already pre-written sprite routines for quite big sprites. Let's have a look. Oh, 48 by 24. That'd do, yeah. I was thinking the same. It depends on whether you're happy. I suppose if I have loads of data left over at the end, create a big explosion in sprite form. But such a waste of data, isn't it? Big explosion. That'll do for now, because now I can concentrate on like you're only gonna have one life in this game as well, by the way, and that's it. So you just die, and then you have to hit restart. Perhaps I need to figure out another way of doing the score, because right now it's very difficult to do a high score screen. You could, of course, just take a photo of your high score. Yeah, I was thinking about particle system, because it's basically just bits roll into the side and stuff like that, isn't it? Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Maybe oh, if I could, there's got to be a way to compress that, isn't there? So you only need to know the start and the finish of each line where it draws, you know. But I'm not clever enough for that. Oh well, like I say, this will do for now. You know you're dead. But what I was gonna concentrate on, and I forgot to show a minute ago, was the customer class that I created. So we better run through this a little bit. Of course, it's just a little sprite. A state. I don't know why it says false. It shouldn't. It should say nothing. Same thing. It has a start platform, which I assign. I've already written the code somewhere. I remember writing that. So in my game, you can only have 8 platforms. It doesn't work if you have more than or less than 8. Yeah, so then a destination platform is worked out similarly to the start position. Starting fare is always 10. I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing with the position, where I just tick this down, but oops, I tick the bottom byte down, but you never see it. No one ever sees that. It's just internal. So all you see is 9, 8, 7, 6. It takes a pretty long time to get through down to from 10 to 0. This is the current one, of course, that we're seeing. There's the 3 states that you can be in. It's quite simple, really. The update, if his state is nothing, it will instantly spawn him again somewhere else. It's done here. I'm not sure if I've set. I haven't done the random one there yet. I don't think. It took too long to count the fare down. That's why there's 4 of them. Just to speed that up. That was working when I commented that out, but didn't need to. We only draw it if it's in the waiting state. That's the only time it gets drawn. Then I've got one here called Trigger Ride. That's what happens when we landed on the platform. And here you see it chooses a random platform for destination. And that's why you need that exact amount of platforms that I just mentioned. And I add 1 so you don't get a 0. So that gives you 1 to 8. and before I came online, I was about to draw that on the UI. I was going to have them like say one please or whatever in the UI, but I never got around to that. For now, we need to. I guess that's a way of making sure it works as well. So this would ideally only show up, same as fair. No, the fair is always going to show up actually, because it's quite an integral part of the game. But if I did put a pause between when you drop someone off and then the new guy spawns, you wouldn't really want the fair showing, so we'd have to do that separate. But for this one, really it should only show when you pick him up, which is the riding state. But right now, let's just have it show straight away. I guess I may as well make a constants for it. I'm not even going to have lives for now. Oh, destination label. Yeah, so the label actually, I want it to be nudged over by 2. And he's not going to say, it's not going to say destination, it's just going to say please, but I don't know if I can fit that. Just put PLS. If I wanted to write it properly, that's 6 characters. No, there's absolutely no way I can do that. Yeah, let's do that. It's going to be on the same line as the label, but this is the number. Should probably do the same what I've done. Makes life easier. Okay. By the way, for the fonts on the platforms, I couldn't use this get char address because I'm using a video buffer on that part, so I had to just draw them like I would a sprite and point it at the bitmap for the sprite, the font. Luckily, it's stored in the same sort of structure as we store the sprites, which makes sense really. I'm not sure why I'm pushing HL. Oh, don't need to. So we get that from the customer. I believe we'll have to add the ASCII 0 amount. Print char. I mean, I may as well put the label in now so it looks a bit better. If it works straight away, that'd be nice. Whoa, thanks Moz. Oh, the screen covers it up, doesn't it? Sort that out. Temporarily. There we go. Thank you very much, dude. Hopefully it'll just work now. Because I think before I came online, I set it up to actually choose a destination. So we're looking to see. I wonder, could I just set this to be, well, even 0 would work. The labels is always going to be there for now. But the number maybe, I believe we could return there if the destination is 0. Okay. Again, if we had lots where we wanted to not show, if it wasn't just one, we'd have to make routines, I guess, and call them. But I think this will do. So if it's not 0, we should see it. As long as we call in refresh UI, which I think we already do from somewhere else, to be honest, anyway. So I've got to pick him up. Please is there, that's good. It looked like a bug then for a second. Way 7, 2. Okay, it changed, that was a bit weird. And that doesn't work yet when you drop him off. But that was weird how it went from 7 to 2 as well. Ah, so when you landed, it will constantly do it. I see. Still, it's a step in the right direction. Trigger ride. Ah, we can just simply check the state. So if we put that at the bottom instead, and then it should only be able to trigger the ride when they're waiting. Try that out. Yay! Oops, I'm dead. So that's pretty cool now. It works alright. Just got to wait. So when he's in riding mode, we now want to check if we land on the right platform. That's done back in the platforms class, or the player, wherever the collision with the platform is done. Player, I believe. in the landing collision, set grounded. So here I'm checking customer start platform, comparing it to the current platform that we're collided with. And we're calling customer trigger ride. In there we worry about the state. So I actually think we can just do the same thing before we return with a destination. I'm not sure I've got a routine written for that yet actually. Trigger ride. End ride I guess we want, don't we? Again, we probably want to worry about the state. So he'll have to be in a riding state. We want to take the fare and give it to the player. That's a problem for me though, because of the way I do. I've currently in my UI got increment score by a fixed amount, 1, 10, 100. I want to now be able to add a number to it, not known until runtime, so that's going to take a bit of a rework. That dog's head in the jar. I have given that thought, Moz, but I tried to write some programs for other systems and I struggled, to be honest. I struggled getting to grips with how to draw the sprites. I've started to think I do want to do next, but I really need to battle with how to do them 255 colour bitmap things. I mean, I understand how to draw a bitmap like that in that fashion, but I don't know how to put it onto the layer 2 and all that rubbish. But that'll be probably the next system I do. Excuse me. Yeah, I constantly think about porting to systems because I think it will attract me some new viewers if I can do NES, C64, Amiga, Mega Drive, all of them. But it's one thing at a time. I got quite far into the Master System when one of them days when I was off. But I really do have to have some time off, like to be able to do.
Wow.
Yo, Fractal, how are you doing, man? Wow. Yeah, for now I'll stick with the Specky. At least I can get some stuff up and running. Add remaining fare to player's score. See, that's good. That's something to do later. But what else do we want to do when we drop them off? I want to set his state to be Waiting. Funnily enough, the way I've written this code, I think that would be enough. He would instantly get spawned again in a random platform. So I might just try that for now. Yo, Fractal. Very good, thank you. I was feeling rough yesterday, but there's another story in it. Comes and goes with me. Yeah, it would have to be something basic, Moz. That would be fun then, in that case. Do you know what? I was trying to think. I wasn't trying to think. I was thinking about doing like a card game, very basic one, you know, because that's a real challenge for me. That it wouldn't. I'd be focusing much less on graphics and more on the game, you know, proper gameplay. It'd be the same as making something like chess. It'd be so hard. Rest of the week off. Nice, nice. Yeah, I had the whole of last week off, but I'm going to be on a lot now. They're short of people at the moment, so that's why I got called in yesterday, which done me in. Customer end ride. You know, that might just do it. If I just set the customer end ride here. Let's try it out. One, please. Wait, but he came back to the same one. That's a bit of a shock. 7, please. 6 every time. Maybe I haven't done random yet. I think I said that at the start that I forgot to do the random on the beginning one. I mean, it's exactly the same as this. Where is it? Yo, Snoopy, thank you for the follow. Looking good, thanks, Fractal Mike. I never thought I'd be able to get this 16-bit sort of gravity simulation. For, you know, that's maybe being too generous, but then suddenly it just clicked in my head how to do it after many months or many weeks of trying. Oh God, I've just totally forgot what I was about to do though. It was darn, what was it? That's one of them where I'd love to refresh the rewind the video to actually see what I just said I was going to do, because it was quite important, whatever it was. Oh, it was to do with the randomness, wasn't it? Here I do it to get the random destination choice, so I can just use the exact same method there. Gorillas.bass. I've never played that. What's that? Nibbles or gorillas? I've never heard of either of them. I'm gonna have to look them up. I can just picture Donkey Kong Jr. I kind of need that bit below as well. It's more simple than that one, because that one is checking that it's not the same that you took off from. I guess we do need to do that still for the destination. Q basic. You guys know way more about it than me. I used to have a Specky 128K when I was a youngster. But I played Dizzy, Horace. I don't even think I played Jet Set Willy very much. I can't remember it that well. But I played a lot of the 128K games in the late 80s. And mid 80s, of course. Just let me think how I'm doing this. IX platforms. Oh, I just want to assign that number to be a random number at the very start. So like the comment says there's 8 platforms, that's why I'm doing that. And then I add 1 afterwards, because 0 is the roof. Simple. Right, that should give us a random one now. Cool, he started at 1, that's a good sign, because that was random. Ah, I don't see him. Did I set him to be back waiting? Ah, I should have set him to nothing, not waiting. When I killed him, or you know, when I ended the ride, should be set to nothing. Yo, Microman, Mr. Hour. Yeah, you've not missed too much. Although I added loads to the game yesterday, I was a bit too ill to stream. But I did do some coding. Just a small amount. Chatting with Coder Mick. Nice. He might be in later. So obviously it's not giving us random because I've got no way of randomly seeding it. Ah, damn. I was expected to see him then. Oh, this time we did. That's weird. Alright, so... Oh, I'm dead. So it worked, but only when I re-landed on a platform, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it does look a bit pet style, doesn't it? That's a good shout, that. So spawning new is not happening when I want it to. I guess I could probably just call it from down here. What was it called then? Customer new. That might work. And that'll be quite good if it does, because that means I can move that to some other way and I can have a delay quite easily. Oh, I'm gonna die. No, I'm not. Oh, I've picked him up. That's why he doesn't respawn. I've got to go to 6, haven't I? That's why. So he wants to go to 6 still, does he? They're all going to 6. And he's 7 again. It's not quite working. They want to go 6 every time. And he's stuck at 7 every time. I'm going to sort that thing out with the edge of the platform at a later date. Oh, now 2. It was just unlucky. 7. It was just a string of... And another string. This is a bit weird, isn't it? It's quite cool to play though. It's actually quite responsive on the controls. I lived through that. What the hell? That's cool. Oh, no worries, Mike. I probably didn't even notice that I hadn't followed you already. I'm not a massive viewer on Twitch. I must be honest. I never normally find the time. But oh, you get an affiliate soon? Awesome, mate. To be honest, I've got another account on my phone that I can probably add you on, and also my nephew. I'll get him to add you when I see him. And Microman got here as well. Affiliate in no time. As the shots run out of toilet rolls over there, I'm a caveman. I don't even notice. Luckily, I've got quite a few bog rolls, but I haven't even been out all day, so I don't know what it's like out there. The whole of society could have collapsed for all I know. I wonder how can I need to add a main menu so I can do that little trick of mine. I won't bother doing that, but what I'll do is I'll just have like a randomizer. That'll do. So it just waits for you to press space. There's no menu or anything. So now I should be able to get a random bunch of numbers every time just by waiting a bit longer. I'm gonna have to come up with a better way of doing random soon. Oh, it's not starting. Oh, of course I have to call check keys, don't I? For God's sake. So yeah, that should work. No, it still doesn't. Okay. I wonder why not. Back in 10, no props, man. Hopefully I'll have it working by then. I find that insane how that doesn't work. That's bloody weird. I mean, this is impossible for it to work now because I didn't change anything. I'll try anyway. It worked. It's a Heisenberg again. So yeah, just by waiting a little bit longer there. Oh, I'm dead. No, I came back from the dead. Oh, it's quite hard. Oh, you found it from Retro Dev. That's awesome, man. I just randomly put that, you know. I didn't see it used very much, but I thought, you know what? It suits my channel, so I'm going to start using it. So I'm glad you found it off that. I could do something boring like colouring them all in, but it's just so boring, isn't it? I'm trying to think of adding gameplay mechanics, but the score one I want to avoid because it's going to be a bugger. I'm going to have to rework the entire way I'm doing scoring. Oh, of course. Why is the cash still going down after you're dead? Stop that. I should have commented this a bit better. That's where we better kick the fare down. Okay, let's just have a function for that. And only call it if player's alive. Or even better, put it in here. Just return if it's not true. Keeps the update loop tidier. Okay, man, debugging. I need to start using that one. I need a logo for a like caveman debugging logo. Emote. I don't know why I put that space there. I don't want it there. All that does is tidy up the little UI. If you notice next to where it says bear, It's counting down through characters that don't exist. It's meant to stop at 0 when you're dead. So I just want to check that works. I'm going to let it count down to 0, the fair. The fair constantly goes down. If it gets to 0, you die and it's game over. The please bit underneath I'm going to get rid of, so it only appears when you're carrying him. It takes longer than I thought. God, you get ages to do a fair. As you go through the game, it will reduce the fair will start reducing, so you have to be super quick by the end of it to drop them off. It should get to 0, we die, and then it should stay at 0. So, excellent. It looks like it's working. Great. Well, I'm at a bit of a crossroads here now, isn't I? Because I've done what I thought I was just going to do the basics and get them working, but it seems like we've got the basics working. So I could either come up with a way of making more levels, or do what I just said and do the fair getting harder and harder on this level. Just make do with that. I could probably do that right now, couldn't I? I guess, to be honest, I'd do that with score. Like, I'm going to change the way my score works. So I'll use that, is it called BCD? What you told me about? Binary coded decimal, that's it. And that way I should be able to like calculate with the score. Because the way I'm doing it right now, it's hard to do any sort of calculation with it. It's alright just to show you a score and add to it, but doing anything more than that is a nightmare. It's a bit of a bugger. And to be honest, I'd do it by score with the fair thing as well. Don't know what to do now. I suppose when you come down too hard on a platform, it should kill you. Makes it a bit harder. Well, then again, it is quite hard. There's not enough. I can't think of much simple to add here that won't be getting me stuck for the rest of the night. This would be quite a cool game to port to Game Boy, wouldn't it? Because it's monochrome. I could picture playing this on a Game Boy. I'm not sure what the screen size is on Game Boy, but I know people say the processor is totally different or something on there anyway, but it's really simple, this game so far, actually. I don't know, well, it says 2,500 lines, but 25,000 lines, but most of that's probably the debugging, the double buffering. How many lines? Well, 6,000 lines is that. I've made Asteroids clones in the past. They're not as easy as you think, though, with that bloody screen wrapping. But it'd be fun to try. There's not that many good asteroids on old systems. I've tried playing them. You have to wait until like the PS1 or something before a decent clone came out of it. Like a really decent one. But I'd try. I'd happy to try. But the thing is, I don't really know how to do like vector art or lines or anything like that. Yeah, you have to picture it like a cylinder, the screen, don't you? I remember doing it in C++. And then obviously if you want to wrap the top as well, it's basically like a sphere almost, the screen. That'd be cool having a game that's inside a spherical screen. But yeah, I'm a long way off that now. That was back when I used to really, at one point I put a couple of years into like C++, and I already had a load of C# behind me. And I was really on fire with my coding back then. But then I quit for about a year and went back into retro instead. So I'm still a novice, but I've got quite a few little techniques on my sleeve. Some things you just have to be clever though. Like there's certain things that just blow my mind when I try and do them. Can't really think of them off the top of my head. But then again, I thought that about this gravity thing, and I managed to pull it off. So everything is doable if you try hard enough and keep at it. Because I really thought I'd never be able to do this sort of momentum. Like when you ride this car around, I can control this gravity as well. But I can face left and be moving right. At the moment, it's not very good. There's not enough game space area to really experience it, to be honest. Yeah, it's still pretty cool. Like that. But what can I add now? Maybe I need to do the sound with the out so that I can have sound without interrupting the game. Vectrix, the console, yeah, does look cool. Yeah, the movement I was quite impressed with my own work there, I must say, Fractal, because I tried to do this ages ago on the channel, and instantly just it blew my mind so much. I was like, no. But to be fair, a lot of help from Vulcan and others. I pretty much get how to use 16-bit numbers. It's not really a problem for me. It does get a bit problematic when I'm using signed ones. I'll show you what I mean by that. I have to double up for some reason. There's two places. One is here. My thrust is always double my gravity, but it gives the exact same speed, yeah? So it shouldn't really. It should be double the speed. And the same thing for one of the others, which was more subtle. Can't even remember where it was. But the same thing occurred. It was the left and right movement. I had to times it by 2 for the left. I think what's happening is when I'm moving right, I'm allowing it to be an unsigned number. And then obviously when I'm moving left, it can only be signed, so it moves slower, half the speed. I say that, but I don't know how to fix it, And I'm happy with it because it works. I just double it up. I just times it by 2. What to do next, eh? I can't do the score. It's going to be a bugger. Got to do something else. I suppose I could do the dreaded screen transitions. That always makes it feel like more of a working game when you get them done. Fair play, Fractal. Thanks for popping in and chatting, man. I could very easily change this randomizer into a little main menu. Cheers, Mike. Yeah, always welcome lurking as well, of course. It's going to be, yeah, again, this super basic game over main menu. I mean, just copy that. I'll think of a better name later. Let's whack it any old way. I think that might be near the middle of the screen because I think it's done in characters. It's going to have the UI already on the screen. It's probably going to look rubbish. Get rid of that. Could just leave that, but I'll put jump main anyway. Thing is, I want it to have some colour, so I'll just I'll take that from there, copy it, just put it right at the start. There we go. And then when you die, oops. When you die, I'm not sure what to do. I just want to keep it really basic, to be honest. I like just pottering around making sort of half-made games at the moment. Gets quite stressful polishing them off. I'd probably say, well, I guess, yeah, I'll just have a game over screen that will leave the UI up so you can see your score, and it will just say, you know, press space to play. Because that's where we went wrong on the last project for some reason, even though it should be pretty simple really. Just think if I put jump main menu there, could put that in another routine, in another file. I just call it menus. Try that, should be fine. No. Oh, it's level menus. That seems good to me. Game over menu. Oh yeah, I may as well move that string. Let's give it a try. So when the player is dead, why don't I just implement some sort of little timer so I can play an animation eventually when he dies. Before. Here I can, what's it called? I could just jump to a different update loop when he's dead. Let's count out that timer. This is where I was going wrong before. You remember I was trying to jump to game over. Of course now when I begin the game I'm going to have to reset all that sort of stuff like that. Probably that's about it. At the moment that's all I can think of having to do. Probably set is alive to true as well. I'll have to reset these as well. But they're nothing special. That's just where he starts from. I could put anywhere I want there. And I can now use them to initialize them. Same with these. And then here, do the same. Where is it? Here. Ah, that's a 16-bit. And just to make sure it works, I'll set the target position there as well. Not 100% sure that's needed, but I think it is. I mean, technically, one frame into moving, that would get reset anyway by the code. But right, so it's him reset. I've forgotten where I went to game over. I done an update, didn't I remember? Yeah. Okay. So where do we start the game? Begin game. And just call reset player. We want to go to the main menu. I actually want to go to program start really, so that it will clear the UI and that won't be on the screen anymore. And this is where I had the problem before, where I tried to do that. I can't see any reason why I can't. Somewhere in that more complicated code last time I got mixed up. So now it should crash die. The timer should start counting up. and when it reaches death delay and it's equal to it, game over should be called. Do we even need to return? Yes, we do. We'll jump into it from there. That's good. I reckon it's going to work fine, I hope. Yeah, true that, Moz. It does get quite stressy. It is a lot of faffing, isn't it? Yeah, that's exactly my thinking, man. Because I learn more just doing these sort of prototype games. And like you say, one time, one will like just naturally be so good that I'll want to carry on doing it. Run that. I basically just want to die. Don't know how long it's supposed to take for 255. Doesn't look like it's working. Oh, it did work. I should clear the screen. Actually, that works alright, just a game over like that, doesn't it? I like that. Okay, so I've got to do that holding thing in the main menu so that you can't hold the button. In the main menu on us. I think I can get away with just not doing any of it if we're holding the button. I've just realised where I was going wrong in my other game. It's because I was doing return Z there, when actually I want jump Z main menu. And that is definitely what I was doing wrong in the other one. Maybe I can go back to Spiky in Space and fix that sometime soon. Alright, so crash into the ceiling. Oh no, okay. Yeah, I've got to make it so if you go off the edge of the screen you die, otherwise it breaks the collision. So it takes too long as well, I've got to reduce that time. It's far too long. Let me check after the game over, see if that space thing worked. It still does. That's annoying. And I do know why. Need to call check keys. Here. Not there. While I'm there, let's change the timer. The delay, let's make that 60. And I'll just, instead of saying equal to, I'll say more than or equal. Oops, just open another window. Still too long. Excellent. If you hold space, it just stays black. I'd say what, a third of that time is what I need. Oh, I like that effect. It sort of fades out in segments as well, the screen. Somehow, that's a happy accident. So it looks like 20 is more than enough. Does that mean it's running slow? I think it is. Although it can't be because it moves smoothly. Oh, I keep pressing Control N instead of Control B and I open a new window. Yeah, so I can fix spiky in space now as well, which is really positive news. Ah. Oh wow, this is pretty fun actually. Like I should reduce the amount of time you get though to do a fair. Exports. Yeah, I've done it with Z spec though. C spec. It works pretty smooth. Ah, that's probably why they said that then on the C spec. Well spotted, Micro. Do you know what though? Zsaurus runs so slow on my computer. I need a much better computer to do that. You got it both ways. Cool. I haven't bothered to play any software on it. I noticed it did come with some pre-built software. I want to write my own. It's too slow, yeah? Because I spoke to someone else on Discord and they said it runs slow on their decent computer. So that was good. Because I thought to myself, well, I might have ended... That would have been one thing that contributed to me to buying a new PC. And then if I bought it and it still ran slow, I'd be pretty pissed off. I love that though. This actually really works well now. Ah, the velocity needs to be reset to 0 as well. We've got a template here, guys. I'm going to push this to GitHub any minute because this is actually a really good template for main menu, end game, and reset. You know, it's very simple. There's only a few things you have to call. Velocity is obviously a 16-bit. I think I'm just going to go load HL0. It's not like it's speed, whatever the word is, speed important at this stage. You only reset once at the start. Alright, I'll try that. And if this works nicely, I'll push it to GitHub and then start playing with it. So I want to die with like the velocity fast. Not that fast. No, it's working now, it seems. Yeah, beauty. Yeah, I'll push it now for you, mate. Because it is working pretty goddamn sweet right now. So I may as well push this. Call it ready to rumble. Because it basically is. There we go. It's of course on a different GitHub now, but I've updated the link on my account just to point to my profile, so it should be fine. But I'll get the link now as well for the chat. Anyone watching the video should be able to see it when it eventually loads. It's incredibly slow, this internet I've got here. Fair game. Tagline. An unfair game. Well, then again, it is pretty fair. Once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. Oh yeah, of course. Got to make it so you die when you go off the edge of the screen as well, and the bottom. That's a link for anyone watching, and you can get all the projects off that. Oh, it's dead still. What's up? Isn't that weird? Because it was working fine before. It must be when you're carrying a player, maybe a customer. So I died there and it's fine. Pick up the character. Okay. Weird, it's just working now. Not sure what caused that bug. It works pretty well, the collision though, to be honest. Doesn't need that much work. Because I was getting that horrible snapping thing. See, it just happened then. Got to somehow fix that. I think I can fix it. Walk away, man. Definitely. Fork yourself. Oh, I just died for no reason. And then it's doing that again. How strange. How very odd. I mean, I definitely set it to be alive there, so something was killing it immediately. Just on emu reset. I didn't think I even reset it. I think what happened was I left it and just landed the car. And I left the car for long enough. Oh, of course, I know what happened. The fare went to 0. So I've got to set the fare back to whatever the default is. Which is done in customer. May as well just do it in the reset player though. Oh, thank you, Moz. You're a legend. Filling that bloody jar up again. I wish they wouldn't delete it. There's a token in there somehow. I didn't see that get dropped in. I missed that one. Hopefully I'm not talking to myself. I forgot what I was going to do. Something to do with customer. Oh, the bear. Notice how the fair is a word as well. Good, so that shouldn't happen anymore. Thank you, Mike. You're a dude. Cheers, dude. Don't know how you pulled that off in the chat, but that looks pretty cool. Look at that jar, it's going for it. That's brilliant. Oh yeah, I was just going to let myself die, wasn't I? See, it ticks down a bit too slow, wouldn't you say? So that's what I want to do. I want to tick it up faster and faster. It could always stay at 10. No, I think I'd rather do it the other way, actually. Make the fare just reduce. Yeah, it works now. There's a small bug that the customer will always stay on the same platform. If you just did this and didn't bother playing it, he'd be there every time. I think. Back to lurking. Thanks, Mike. Is a crane picker an extension for the stream? That sounds fun. Like a toy, like the cuddly bear thing from the old days. I want to get games for you lot to play, actually. I really do want that. Like I saw on Shalan's stream, he has a race of all the 8-bit characters. And you can bet your coins on it and stuff. Looks like fun to me. But, how do you set these things up? They're tricky. If I have to write it myself completely, that's quite a big task. What next on this little game, though? Yeah, but that's quite fun, isn't it, Micro? It's really busy. Obviously, if it's busy full of complete idiots, I'd have to get either a moderator or I'd have to self-moderate it myself. But I doubt that's going to happen. That explosion's so funny. It is fun, yeah. Wait, you had 85 viewers. That's amazing if you did. Good job, man. I can't imagine what it must feel like actually having 85 people. Oh, Shalan. I was going to say, yeah. Must get a bit nervy. Yeah, little things like that add to the stream, don't they? It keeps people there, keeps people entertained. I really can't think of anything else to do here. Oh, I've landed on him. It's the score I need to change now. Oh, I guess I could get rid of that UI bit where it says please all the time. I only want that when he's riding. So I'm going to put the string actually in here with the number. I'll actually make a new routine called show destination. Okay, so everything's nice and simple in assembly, isn't it? I love it really, except for when it gets hard. I say it doesn't say it yet. When I pick him up, it should say where he wants to go. Hey, should vanish. Oh, it doesn't. That's a shame. That's because I never clear the UI. So I'd have to clear that area. $47 right now. Is he streaming right now, is he? Sid's. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even trying to, I'm not in any sort of competition with that guy because he's like way levels above. Mine's for like severe beginners, really, just getting started. I think he must have been doing it decades, innit? That's cool. How far did he get with the game in one session? Is it like a lot? Yeah, the technique must be useful if you can understand the code. Because you know quite a lot about all the different systems. You've done C64. I had a quick look at C64 and I couldn't figure it out straight away and gave up. Just in terms of accessing the screen, stuff like that. I'm sure I could get it if I try really hard, over the space of a weekend. Probably get to grips with it. Maybe I'll paint a car a different colour. Something to do in it. Yeah, that'd be great, Micro. Maybe I should do it live and then I'd probably progress a lot faster if you were around. Just help me if I was going the complete wrong direction with something. So I will do that. I'll learn a tiny bit about it, try and get some stuff going, and then show you what I'm confused about. Because I know it's like 4-bit pixels in it rather than 1 byte for the entire line. I guess in the end of the day, it's pretty similar to this because you're only really taking memory from one spot and putting it to another. It is best to fumble through things, isn't it? You can spend. I did the other day. I spent like a whole day reading and reading about all the different systems, and I didn't really get anywhere. I'm sure some of the information was useful, but I couldn't remember it now off the top of my head. Do you know the ZX Next has networking capabilities? Because I'm wondering how fun would it be to make like a networked card game or something. That would take me many months. I'm not saying I could do that over the course of a week, but it would be fun. And I know a little bit about doing networking. I'd need some help, but could colour this car in. It's bloody boring, but thing is, it's 3 bytes wide, so it's going to be a lot of colour clash in this game because you don't see that third byte very often. But really, I have to paint it anyway. Let's get ready for some beautiful colour clash. I might even do like the the cells below the car as well. Where's See, oh, really? We've got to do two. I'm going to do two, which is way too big, really, and not wide enough, but has Wi-Fi. That's interesting. That means it must somehow have like an internet protocol where you can do the like TCP connection or whatever it's called, and UDP, because that's how they do network games anyway. And really, it's not as hard as you think. If for example, you made a game where you just typed in your friend's IP address, and maybe there's a way to make a matchmaking menu and everything. Who knows in the future? It would take many, many months and a lot of hard work. But for me, not for a pro, they'd be able to do it over a week probably. Be interesting to see what comes out. I'm surprised there's not more software coming out for it or being announced. What with it being like 3 million on Kickstarter or whatever it was. It must have piqued someone's interest. DE. So I think if we push and pop DE here, we'll already have the right one. And it just wants to colour in B, ink only. I don't even know what colour that's going to be. But it should be some colour. Way yellow. And annoyingly now I'm going to have to paint the this is cooler. It lets us see what's happening with the pre-shifted sprites. Although I'm leaving my ink behind, don't forget as well, as I travel through there. It's not actually that fast on to do network gaming. I'm talking about like a card game micro. So it could take like as long as it wanted to connect really anyway. But packages in network games are tiny. You only send like the movement data. I'm only talking about the next, and I have no clue either. I'm hypothesizing completely. But it seems to me, I mean, my friend back in the old days had his ZX Spectrum connected to the internet when I was in school. I thought he was mad as a hatter because we were all using like Pentium 3 or something by then. But interesting. I just thought it might be quite fun if someone could make a poker game on there, or even blackjack or something against the dealer. Flight sim. Do you play retro flight sims or just the modern ones? So sadly, with the colour, it's added a complication, hasn't it? It means I'm going to have to paint all the other little things. Let's go ahead and do that. You have a basic C6. Do you really, Micro? What? Obviously, that you wrote, do you? That's amazing. Solitaire. Oh, cool. Cribbage. I tried to do cards before in Unity, and I find it really hard actually. But I've got more experience now. Maybe I could try it. You never know. I don't even care about the graphics when I make that game. If I could just make it say like 2 of hearts or whatever, I wouldn't care. Yeah, my friend Duncan, he wasn't particularly my friend actually, but I thought he was pretty cool. Secretly, I did when he had the Spectrum online. But I think he had a web browser of sorts, like a text-only one. He was a mega programmer, though, I think. You know, even when we were like 14. The platforms would be quite funny to draw. I think I'll just have to paint each cell. Oh, that's only the numbers. And look how, isn't that weird though? It hasn't done them all properly. It's done the paper. That's well weird. But yeah, I've done that wrong anyway. Done it in the wrong place. So yeah, I should do it. Let's put the flash bit on as well. What's going on with that then? Oh, I put it into B. That's why. Put it into A, I mean. It should be in B. Still, why is it? I can't find the right position for some reason. Cards Against Humanity. Why not? It couldn't be that hard, really, could it? It sort of just has to randomly point at a question, doesn't it? Random pointer. Elvis Presley. Yeah, not sure what's happening with the colours there. That ain't gonna make no difference, but I just wanted it to be a different colour. What colour is green? I want it to be that colour. But first let's fix it, yeah. I find that a bit weird. Can't see why this would work now. I also can't see why it wouldn't. What? Why is that any different? Oh, I know what it is. Platforms need to be multiple of 8 on the Y. Weirdly enough though, they all are, aren't they now? Oh, wrong button. Some farmers have spread manure. I get that near my house all the time. Okay, now it's just in the first block. Oh, and that's obvious why. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, yeah, because I got that and that's no good because we're iterating. Oh, yeah, I'd have to do this calculation every time. This should work though. Yeah, that's much better. It's kind of working now, but it's not like in them edge ones, is it? Oh, and look at that horrible. That's when we're in the wrong sprite. You know, when it's moved over all the way. So it's funny, you can see when it pre-shifts. It's actually only when you turn around. And then of course it's left yellow there now, so it doesn't appear to do it so much. So by making it not monochrome, it does add a lot of complication. Perhaps I could just not paint the car actually. I'm going to try micro, but I don't know any of it yet. My very first thing will just be to get like sprites drawn on the screen, moving them about, collision, you know, the same old stuff I do all the time basically, but with better looking sprites. And obviously, hopefully along the way I'll pick up more more techniques as I go, you know. Where's the car? I think I won't paint him. But I can probably paint everything else. So I can change it to yellow, of course. And I can paint the little dude. Oh, I'm dead. It's getting pretty good now. change the colour of the platforms to something else. What, I don't know though, maybe red. What is red? I thought it was 1. 2. How do you do 2 in binary, is it? Is that? Oh, thank you, Michael Man. It's really nice of you. Legend. I think that's it. Oh, it's blue still. Silly me. I think that must be it. I think the blue looks particularly bad because the border happens to be blue as well. Ooh. See, maybe a different colour border and the blue platforms would look alright. Or I could maybe make them dull. As soon as they fill an exact character cell and don't move. So it looks like dull. Oh, it's bright. Eh? Maybe it's not. Maybe that is dull. It's quite fun to play. Definitely needs to get increasingly difficult. Yeah, thanks, Micro. That's much appreciated, man. Because these add up massively, to be honest. The amounts you've all given me. What colour do you want the car to be then? It'd also be the same colour as the UI. It just works better that way. Because of the pre-shifted thing. Yeah, cheers, Moz. I do as well. It does. I'm a bit baffled how it works when I saw that colour thing. So it doesn't actually shift very often. If you remember, I linked it to the velocity, but it works pretty well. I linked it to the lower byte of the velocity. Just happened naturally, didn't it? Tried it and it worked. I think that game over. Let's make it a bit better looking. It needs to be a 3 character cells to the left. I believe this one's the the X. I'm rolling one more smoke, so I'm just going to let myself die slowly there. I mean, there is a way I can paint the UI a different colour, and in fact, I should definitely do that because not only that helps you see the boundary of the game better, and that means I can have the car yellow and the UI still black and, or won't be black and green actually, because the paper needs to be a different colour really, and I like the black background on the game. Oh, I've moved it the wrong way. What an idiot. It would be very easy to make some more levels in this, but I'm just quite lazy. I always want to get on to the next one. I don't know why. It's almost like I'm scared of breaking it in a way, subconsciously. Even though I'm quite sure I could do it. Just look at the skiing game. We managed it there. I'm pretty sure I can change spike ecos into space as well. It's just that jump thing. I need to remember that. I need to make sure I remember that. Because I was returning on one of the shop windows and all that, you know, in the game over, where I should have been jumping to the same loop. Well, anyway, that's how I've done it here, and it's a very nice and clean solution. It seems to work lovely. Perhaps it's not the most data efficient. I've got like some copied routines, stuff like that, but who cares? You're talking about what, 100 bytes max in your copied, something like that overall. Spread out the GR. Ooh, that's quite nice. Wow, that's a challenge, Micro. Actually, that's a good challenge. Hmm. How would I do that? I mean, you could even go through that in memory, but I think I would probably remove that. Ah, it's a zero cancelled though, isn't it? See, on my other string routine, you could set the length. You could obviously just go up by one and then have the R just incrementing its position by one at the same time. God, if you can pull that off, man, I'll be impressed. That's the exact sort of stuff I was on about with the polish. 5 different strings, good shout. That would work. Is that how they do it, do you reckon, in the old days when they used that stuff? Probably not, but I guess some of them did. I think most of the programmers back then were clever enough to come up with like mathematical sort of algorithms to do stuff like that. Because you used to see text bouncing around and stuff, didn't you? It was nothing to them people. They can do it easily. Yeah, that'd be lovely polish. It needs centering though. It's not in the center still. See, I'm happy still at the moment being like completely rough and ready. My games, you know, they're Spectrum games at the end of the day, aren't they? So people don't mind. Yeah, it's in the center. Okay. I don't understand basic whatsoever. Mid-dollar. So it would stretch out from the middle. There's probably a nice way of doing something like where you just print GAMEVOER all one by one and then flash the word up just by pointing at it and then moving along one and using print char. Might try it. Why not try it? It's a bit of fun in it before I go sleep. That would be good as well, Micro. But what I'm thinking is just have in this position they'll be in, have that one appear and disappear, have that one appear, disappear, etc. And then bang all of it. The only reason I say that is because I can actually think of how to do that, I think. I say I can, but your approach you've just mentioned is probably even easier, to be fair, isn't it? Should game over text. My brain. It had an idea in there somewhere, but I couldn't quite get it out of my head into the keys. I want to loop through, find the end. This was a way to tell if I was at the end. It seems odd, but what if it had to compare right up there? Doubt you can do that, can you? Oh, it is legal. It is illegal. I don't know if it'll work, but because obviously you could find what the ASCII code for that was and just write that in. But maybe this is clever enough to do it for me. So you'd have to load this. You'd have to make sure A was 0 before you call this. And if A is R, return Z. God knows what kind of rabbit hole I'm getting down here. This is so stupid, this way I'm doing it. I know it is. But I'm just reading your messages and trying to keep up. I was thinking of just comparing whatever the last letter was. I was just about to hard code it as well. That's basically what I was about to do, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. But look, if you think about it, when it's R, it's going to return. The little jump show game over text at the bottom. Call print char. So at this moment, it would print. So wait there. That sounds clever. See, I'm not clever enough for that anymore. I've been off C for so long, it would take me ages to write something. I might as well not, if you know what I mean. I mean, I probably could get used to it again. Maybe you could write in Lua or C sharp, like you were talking about the other day. So goofy as hell, but would this work? Show G. So print char prints what's in A. It wants that. Funnily enough as well, print char leaves the position in ready for the next position. That makes sense. So for now, to keep it simple, because I thought it was going to be easier than this, I'm not even going to hide it. It's just going to go G8 and leave it on the screen. So that should make sense. So I did need all of this really. Yeah, I've deviated from yours again. Well, that sounds like a cool idea though, yeah. That does sound like a cool idea. I'm going to carry on with my way though, only because I haven't had to store any data for this. And I just want to see what it'll look like. And then I'll do your one either today or another day. But that would be easy as well, wouldn't it? Just if it is GR, then print GA exactly like that, yeah. Makes loads of sense. Yeah, and then we'll have two ways, because it's not like I can't copy and paste this and put it into the next game I made, you know. It'd be great to have like a whole class full of game over string routines. Like bouncing around ones and all sorts of ones, you know. So currently it's got G, it's got a position, it's going to return when it's R. I'll figure that out in a minute. That's game over. So E's a problem for me as well. I was going to use a routine where it checked what the previous letter was. Perhaps I'll just default back to your method instead. Let's try it. Do you reckon GAR, G8, ER? I'd have to move the position then, wouldn't I? Let's do that, sod it. I don't think we're going to run out of space. Gamer. This should look cool. Hope I can figure this out. cool. I'm sure this is simple, but I'm just too dumb. Straight away I'll just put what I definitely need in. Print string. Address of string. I think he means the position there, which I've already got. It's the delay I'm worried about. I don't think you even need a delay. It'll like naturally have a little delay. I reckon. It won't just, well, we'll try. It's the repeat bit that's hard in my head right now. I guess what I could do is just have current string here. I'll call it like PPP, so if we see that we know we've got an error. Then again, no, you can't just dynamically set a string. It'd have to be a pointer. I'll just comment that out in case I want to use it later. Because I know that Z80 is the same anyway. So I want to point it at that. I mean, I could work out. I could just increment an iterator actually, which gets added to the pointer. Address of string DE. Screen address HL. So that's printing directly to the screen. Oh, I can't use his routine for that. Wait. Oh, we can because we're not calling the double buffering routine. Thank God. Here. So that's why we're able to see that. That's good. So basically everything's getting used there, but I need to find a register I can use for an iterator. So I'm going to have to push and pop something, probably B, C. The first one, are they just 1 byte? I think they are, aren't they? A character. I better look it up just to make sure, because it's quite important. Character map. I'm 99% sure it's a byte. It's loading too slow, but I am pretty much certain. So the first one, I need to go 2 bytes forward, and then 3 bytes, and then 4. So I'll load B with 2. Annoyingly, I need to use HL. Nice one, Moz. Thanks for popping in, man, as usual. Thank you for the bits as well. Very much thank you for them. Yeah, annoyingly, you can't add to BC. So I need to. It's really annoying. And I'm using B already. Oh, that is a pain. It's here, I need to add it. I really wish it was HL that was the. Tempted to use my routine. Oh no, that's just pointing to the characters. It's DE. Unfortunately, that needs to go up here as well. And therefore we're going to have to push that as well. I think that covers it. Yeah. He wants HL to be the screen address. Copy that from the UI. It says that it doesn't touch B, but I'll move that just in case. So all I need to do now is add 2, or add 1 to B. In fact, I'll tell you what, if I just make it'd be a lot easier to code if I just did. So now it goes up 1 each time. I literally just have to increment D, E. How does it know when it's finished? There's a simple way of knowing when it's finished, but I just can't find it. eBay. How does it know when it's finished? Basically when DE reaches a certain number. I wish I could just say if DE was equal to that. Could always just load B with the amount of iterations. 1, 2, 8. I think that'll be alright because I'm pushing BC there. Let's give that a whirl. Hopefully it doesn't happen too quickly like you say, otherwise we'll have to add a delay in here. Just an added pain in the rear in it. So there should be a delay and then the words. Oh, I've managed to bug the collision again then. It's something to do with when you go near the edge. That didn't work at all. In fact, it went to the main menu when it shouldn't have. I bet it's to do with this return. Yeah, that's definitely what I was doing on that spiking space. I needed to jump to the menu loop. Still not going to work though. Game over, and so is your computer. So I think that was keeping going up forever. As a quick fix, I'll just put like geo finished db false. Oh, I wasn't even using the pointer, was I? Nope. Might need to ink it twice. Not sure. And there was one other thing I said. Oh yeah, when it's finished. Yeah, so that it doesn't keep drawing it over and over again. Set finish to true here. And then, well, keep it in the same routine. That might work. Nope. Something to do with one of them push pops. Oh, wait. Perhaps we don't want to push pop DE. Also, I might need to increment it by 2. Oh, definitely not working well. It's obviously my use of this print string that's doing it. I'll try inking twice, but I don't think that's going to be the answer. Nothing different. Sideline project. Yeah, it was something just to finish off with anyway, really, because I'm getting a bit tired. You know, let me just take a quick break from this, because look how I've done the platforms font. Because this is part of my game with the window being debuffered, double buffered, I couldn't use his print routine anyway. And what I did was, I found the pointer for the font, I took the positions integer value for its ID, times it by 8, so that it moved along 8 bytes, and this perfectly shows the fonts. So I could use this to display the fonts and use my own sprite drawing. Because I know they can't draw into color memory, they have like fail safes to stop it doing that. I think the reason for this is because I'm looping, and it must be just, it's looping to the wrong amount for some reason. Can't figure out exactly why. Because this sets the HL screen address here. Oh, wait. DE. Oh, address of string. I was going to say maybe it wanted it in brackets. No. Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? Normally we give it an address like this, and it has a string in it. But this time I haven't even set the pointer. No, that's not right. To be honest, yeah, up there anyway. Right to ROM. Yeah, but I had with this, if it was right to color memory, it's over 5B00 hex in it. So I had to check to see if it was that, and just don't write it. I mean, it doesn't fix the problem, but it would stop you having this flashing screen stuff. And it did help with being able to draw the player off the screen. He can just go off the screen and it doesn't crash the game. I think that's better now though. Except, do I need a bracket around that? Because it's, I think I do, you know. Nope. It's my use of the pointer, I think, actually, that's wrong. Not sure exactly how to. I'm trying to use a pointer that contains a pointer, if you know what I mean, like, or a memory address that contains a pointer. Try it. A little bit more trial and error. Oh, it didn't. It definitely didn't like that. So obviously I've already tried this, haven't I? I bet it's tricky, yeah. I bet there's certain bits that are simple, like, you know, load, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it must be tricky. Sometimes I have to grips with it, but now I'm struggling. I think it does depend on how you're feeling, what time of the day it is. Because I basically want DE to be pointing at go one, but via a pointer so that I can. That's the problem, isn't it? Weird. No, I can't get it. It's obviously treating it like the value when I'm really wanting the address. It'd be so cool to see this working though. Yeah, true that, Micro. I might have to. It's been surprising how many times though I've been stuck for hours on something like this, and just by turning off the stream within 5 minutes, sometimes I figure it out. But still, this seems odd. Perhaps I have to go like that. Doubt it though. Yeah, it just takes that frame of mind, doesn't it? No, I'm going through all the same stuff I've already tried, ain't I now? I'm going to look at it one more time logically. How would I do it? I want this to contain memory address. I mean, I'd probably just do that, couldn't I? Not sure. It's compiled. I think it's pointless, that pointer thing, anyway. I think I can just go straight to that go one, can't I? If I do it correctly. Definitely not having that. Go 0. That snapping thing at the edge is annoying as well. It must be something else then. That's in here, I reckon, perhaps. I wonder if I put a load of halts in just to see what's happening. Perhaps we see one letter come up. Call corrupted, maybe, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'll check in a second. It's stuck. It says gash instead of cache. And then it crashed. It's a weird one, isn't it? I'm obviously way out. I'm probably pretty close, but I'm never quite sure how to put a delay. Just try one halt. It doesn't like halts sometimes, it seems. Oh dear, I broke the game. I've got to make sure I kill them when they go off the edge of the screen, otherwise it breaks it. if they go too far off the edge. Whoa. They just rub. As I was saying, get. That was weird though, it just robbed that from the other game, that sound effect. How did it get to there? I haven't even. Oh, program end is still there. How did it get to there though? What the hell? It somehow got to the end. Hmm. Yeah. It's here, HL. I don't know why I read it wrong. I thought it said that it moved HL along to, but that's obviously the print char. I don't need to move HL along, it's going to start from the same point every time. Sensor beep, yeah. It was a wake up call. I think this may work now. I probably had it working and messed it up. But it really doesn't like that hole. I'm not sure why. We're back to that. I really thought the HL was going to do it then. B. How very odd. Hmm. I can't imagine why it's doing that, to be honest. I am going to call a sound here to see if it ever reaches here. I think it should. Just once, it should. Ah, it doesn't. So it's stuck in that loop. So B isn't going down. But why not? If B's 8 here, it stores it at 8, so it's 8 here, then it gets decreased. Why does it? That'd be one way to slow it down, is put a noise for every letter. Oh, cheers, Micro Man. Thanks for coming in, man. This might be the time it works, but I wouldn't bank on it. Thanks for keeping it on in the background. I will definitely be off in a minute anyway, I'm tired. But I keep saying that, but I want it working. Oh my god. That woke you up. I forgot to do that. Always something simple like that. Still bugged out. God, trying a million things. Yep, that's enough from me. I'm not making any. I'm garbling out this code now. I appreciate all of you for being alongside me, watching, helping out. Certainly appreciate all them bits and the follows from the new guys. Unfortunately, I haven't got the name there anymore. Sorry about that. But I'll be on tomorrow, assuming I'm feeling okay, which should be fine, and get a lot more added to this game. Hopefully, see you then. Be about 11 o'clock ish UK